yung mga noong nagpa-vaccine daw, na tuwang-tuwa naman daw siya na despite the fact that you criticize the government, you had the audacity to fall in line for COVID vaccines, right? I mean, sino ba siya? Okay, she's actually arguing from a position na yung vaccine na yun ay galing sa gobyerno. Alright? Yun yung kanyang argument. Okay? These vaccines, okay, they were not provided, they were not manufactured by the government. And even if they're manufactured by the government and distributed by the government all as well, may karapatan ka rin kasi nagbabayad ka ng buwis unless you're not paying your taxes. Right? Okay, so come to think of this. Okay, of all the commodities that we have, that we use, that we buy, that we see every day, most of these are provided by the private sector. Okay? Provided by the private sector. Your cell phone, your car, your medicines, etc. Ito lang yung moment. This is the only situation, one of the rarest situation that we have, not just in this country but all over the world, that one particular commodity has become state commodity. It has become a state commodity. Okay? Na yung COVID vaccine. Okay? In a normal world, okay? In a normal world, let's just set aside the factor of its scarcity. Okay? This COVID vaccine should have been distributed by the private sector. Although, in the United States, okay, like Florida, for example, the COVID vaccines are distributed by the private sector. Publix, for example, because, the state government delegated the distribution to the private sector, especially Publix, because Publix is well distributed in many counties in Florida. Okay, in the Philippines, we have a sole provider. It's like a nationalized function of the government to provide COVID vaccine. Why is that? Why doesn't the government just let the private sector provide these vaccines? And because of this scarcity, coupled by the fact that there's just one channel of distribution in this country, nagiging mahal yung mga vaccines na to at nagkakaroon pa tayo ng utang na loob. We can buy, Ogie Diaz can buy that vaccine if he wants to, right? The government doesn't have to provide it for free, okay? Or if the government is going to provide it for free, then probably sa mga mahihirap lang yan. But if people can buy them, why not just let the private sector, do the job of distributing all this to the people who want them? In my case, I'm not really interested in getting the vaccine this early. Hindi ako atat na magkaroon ng COVID vaccine. All right? It's my right. If I don't want to take that vaccine, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, by the way. I believe in vaccine. I just got flu shot last year. In the case of this woman, she doesn't know what she's talking about, because John Magno seems to think that COVID vaccine is a product of the government, when it's not. It's just buying all these vaccines from other countries like China, the Sinovac, for example, and we only have like a few countries that manufacture COVID vaccine, like United States, United Kingdom, Russia, China, and others. So why is it that this creature is talking like, the government is the main producer of vaccine, when we don't owe this government anything when it comes to COVID vaccine, right? That's just my 2 cents about this. So let's listen to the rebuttal, or to the response of Mr. Ogie Diaz to Jam Magno's stupid rant on TikTok, shall we?
Sabi ng babaeng punggo, ang pangit ko daw.
I like it.
Ako. Di tapos ang usapan. Ikaw na maganda. Diba? Dahil malapit na 15, susweldo ka na. O baka sabihin mo, wala akong ambag ha. May ambag kami dyan sa sweldo mo. Diba? Happy?
Alright, that's the best way to respond to a troll, because okay, I'm gonna get to the question as to whether who the hell Jam Magno is. Like I said, I mean, who the hell she is? She's trying to probably usurp the role of a presidential spokesperson when she's not the presidential spokesperson. It's Harry Roque. It's Maring Harry Roque. He's the current spokesperson of Duterte. Or probably she thinks that she's President Duterte's first lady. I don't know. Or is she trying to audition to become the replacement of Mako Usan, okay, at the PCOO, Presidential Communications Operations Office? Probably, I forgot the exact name of the office, but she's probably trying to replace Mako Usan, okay, because we cannot categorize her unless she is Duterte's biggest troll in the Philippines. I mean, troll, okay? Let me just spell it, Troll. So let me just show you the definition of a troll, because, you know, if you're into politics, it's either you talk about politics freely and discuss it with other people, or you're gonna bash anyone who's critical of your idol or the president or any leader of this country. Alright, so, because if your job is simply to bash anyone who's critical or who attacks your idol or your president, then you're nothing but a troll, okay? Without showing us any valid reason why you hate anyone who's critical of your president. Right? Probably these people have, you know, valid arguments why they hate, or probably they don't support the president. But instead of arguing your case, you try to bash them, you try to humiliate them, you try to use ad hominem attacks against them because you don't have any argument at all. You're nothing but Duterte's top paid troll. It's either you're paid or you're just a fanatic and you don't know what you're doing, girl. Alright, so according to what we see here from Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the word troll is defined as to antagonize others online by deliberately posting inflammatory, irrelevant, or offensive comments. So, Jam Magno, that's exactly what you're doing, because you're not adding anything to the discussion, to the political discussion that we have in this country. Okay, some people criticize the government. For example, in my case, I don't like his drug policy that actually failed. Okay, remember that he promised to step down early on, you know, when he became the winner, when he was, you know, inaugurated president, that he promised to step down if he's not able to resolve or to solve drug problems in the Philippines within 6 months. But he did not step down, right? Remember that. You probably do not remember because you're a fanatic. So another definition: to harass, criticize, or antagonize someone, especially by provocatively disparaging or mocking public statements, postings, or acts. So this is exactly what Jam Magno is doing. Like, she's been like criticizing and attacking Liza Soberano, for example, and any you know public figure who attacks her idol, the president, because we cannot consider or categorize her as a public commentator. She's not a journalist. She's not a vlogger. You know, she's just there to attack anyone who is critical of the Duterte government, and she's getting a lot of followers because most DDS, or let's admit it. Many Duterte followers just follow anyone who loves the president or who is a proven cultist. That's the behavior of cultists. Okay, like I said earlier, what we have in this country is politics of personality. Okay, politics of personality.